Hi folks, how you doing? I am Chad with CD Shaving. Thank you very much for joining me tonight for our third and final series on our shave stick review. Tonight we are reviewing Derby. Derby shave stick. As you can see, I took the wrapper off of it already. It's actually been blooming for a few minutes. You got it here in the bowl. That's what it looks like. You can see it says Derby. I don't know if you can see that or not. It says Derby right across the stick. So we got that blooming in our water here. And we're going to be doing a head shave tonight with it and doing a little bit of a review. So, today's holiday, National Don't Step on a Bee Day. So don't step on a bee. Chances are it'll call its little friends when it goes down and, you're screwed. So, don't do that. Again, so Derby shave stick, it is Turkish. It comes to us from Turkey. The shave stick is 75 grams. It is available at Amazon for $5.99. I have seen it in other websites, though, for much cheaper than that. But that's what it came up with. That was the first thing that showed up when I did a search for it. The history on the website is a little confusing. It looks to me like approximately 1940 is when the company that eventually became Derby started out. They started out as a steel company and then eventually made blades, and there was some purchases and merges and corporate things that went on. Eventually they started making shaving products, and that's how we have this. The company's goal is to promote Turkish products according to their website. That's what they say. Nothing specific about each product that they claim, like some of the smaller artisans that we see. But anyway, so that's it for this particular soap. The shave stick. The ingredients are potassium tallowate, potassium cocoate, stearic acid, sodium palm chemolate, aqua, disodium disturbilyl, and a whole bunch of stuff left that I can't pronounce. Again, thank you very much, Jason Rudman and Jeremy York, for helping me out with the research on this one. A little trouble on this. So we're going to go ahead and do this up. We're going to get this loaded or lathered and loaded on our head here. For the shave brush tonight, we are going to be using the same one we've been using for all the others, which is our Evershave handle. In it, we have the Maggard Razors Synthetic Tuxedo Knot. So we're going to go ahead and get that soaking up wet here. We get our, for the razor, we're going to be using Razor Rock German 37 paired or loaded with a fresh Permasharp blade. Perfectly aligned, ready to go. This soap is just about bloomed here, so we're going to continue soaking the brush, getting it all wet up here. We got our Allen block, just in case things get a little bit slick, and with shaving sticks, that's usually kind of likely since there's not really a grip on it. Although Louis Leonici did this idea. Piece of PVC pipe. The stick fits right into that. See that? This was not my idea. This was when this was piffed to me. It also sent the piece of pipe and said, "Stick the thing right in that." Works pretty well, actually. So I'm going to take what I'm planning on doing is taking the. I was going to push that. That's the Arco stick. I was going to push that into a bowl, but I think I'm going to leave it in that, and I'm just going to take the symbol on it and affix it to the side of it. Probably the same with the Derby stick. So, all right, brush is wet, ready to go there and heated up. We're going to take the soap out now. We're going to just go ahead and follow suit here. Actually, you know what? I threw some water on my head earlier, but I should probably throw more of it on there. All right. All right, so let's talk about the scent a little bit. There was a website that was sent to me that described the scent as having citrus and chocolate in it. For scent notes, I don't really get that at all, but that's what I saw. It smells just like really plain soap to me. It's not anything specific, nothing really special. The scent is pretty heavy, which I think in this particular case, I'm going to say is rather unfortunate. It's not that it's a bad scent. It's not a scent that I would particularly. It's one of the few scents I think I would ever say that I'd want to have heavy. So we're just going to continue to work this in a little bit here. Yeah, the scent is, I like the Arco scent a little bit better. So far, scent wise, I'd have to go with Dr. Harris. I called it Dr. Harris earlier in the reviews and I was corrected, so that's what it is. That scent, though, is fantastic compared to these two. Not that these are terrible or bad, it's just not my thing for scents. Alright, I think we're pretty much good to go there. About as good as it's going to get. Alright, we got the brush here ready. It's still pretty wet, ready to go here. So we're going to go ahead and start trying to get that thing going. There we go. Look at that. It lathers right up immediately. Or starts to lather up immediately. So I can't really complain about that. Loading it. Guess it was alright. I mean, it's hard to judge because it's not like a shaving soap per se out of the tubs. And I'm not looking at it on the brush. So as far as loading goes, it's just a little bit different, as are the other shaving sticks. But it seems to work alright. It's making a lather, that's for sure. Scent is still the same. It doesn't really get any heavier or lighter. And it doesn't really change much. I don't really particularly care for this scent. But if I was traveling, I might take it with me. Especially if I was worried about something happening to my luggage. But that's what a review is all about, right? Sometimes we don't always care for every single aspect of every single product. Alright, so as far as pairing this tonight, I'm going to, or post-shave, I'm going to use Scentsi's number 71 for an aftershave balm. It's like a really clean aqua scent to it. And I think I'm going to put on some Plastic Shave Mirasol, because it's got menthol in it. And yeah, it's got menthol in it, which I'm a big menthol fan. I'm going to throw that on there tonight. So, all right. Let's get the shave going on, shall we? With the grain. Brand new blade. Alright. You know, I was thinking about it today. Thinking about different shaves and different ways people shave. And I know that there are some people out there that do only 2 passes. They do like a with the grain and then they go right against the grain. I can't do that for me. But I am curious that how many people out there, I don't want to say skip the middle steps because it's really all about whatever works for you. But how many people out there don't do cross grain? They just go right to against the grain. I'd like to hear from you, strictly just out of curiosity. And has it always been that way for you, or did you just kind of start doing it at some point? For me, I guess I can't definitively say I couldn't do that. I know how sensitive my skin gets or is, and I'm pretty sure if I tried to do that, I'd be hurting. I really need to do cross grains. And even if I didn't get irritation, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get as close of a shave as I would want. So I'm just wondering how many people out there actually don't need to do cross grains. You guys just maybe like jump right into the right into the against the grain. That's what it was. I was trying to think of it there for a second there, and it kind of escaped me. All right. Razor was gliding right over it pretty well, so I really don't have any complaints so far. I'm going to rinse it off and see how the residual slickness is. Cheers. All right. Residual slickness is there. Not overly impressive, but it is there. Scent is still there and really, really strong. All right, let's do up that second application here, or second lathering. This is going to be for the first cross grain pass that I do. I need to add a little bit of water to this. That's better. There we go. Much better. Much better. All right. All right, you know what? We'll go ahead and do the cross grain on camera here. We're doing all right. So. I'll tell you, the other day, my daughter used, by Mickey Lee Soapworks, used used one of their soaps. I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on right now. I think it's Paradise Frost. It's got like a citrusy scent to it. She loved it. Absolutely loved it. So if any of you guys have any girlfriends, wives, or daughters that are into wet shaving or thinking about it, that's a really good scent. She said she liked it a lot. She said it was very orangey. She said at first she thought it smelled like lemons, but then she kind of got a couple more whiffs. And orange and citrus it was. I've smelled it out of the sample, and it smells pretty good, but I've got plenty of soaps, and that one is for her. So but she's got a bunch she's going to try and see which one she wants to get pucks from. Well, containers of. If you guys get a chance to try or peruse Mickey Lee Soapworks website. She's got a lot of great stuff on there. And Samantha Lee McDaniels is very, very easy to talk to, and has is very open to any questions that you have. Just a fantastic person. Just a really good company altogether. I have no complaints at all. Very, very lovely to deal with. Nice people. All right, so first cross grain's all done. Just checking that residual slickness. Well, the slickness is still there. It's starting to get a little bit drier. Let's get this lather back up here. We'll see if we've got time to put on camera that second cross grain. The scent is starting to lighten up a little bit, which I actually am kind of glad about. It's just not, I mean, it's a soap scent, really. It kind of reminds me of a bar of Ivory soap, which from what I understand, is pretty common with this. And again, it's not that I think that smells bad at all, but it's just really heavy. And a soap, like a really heavy soap scent, tends to kind of choke me up a little bit. Interestingly enough, because I'm always saying how much I like heavy scents. All right, cross grain, other direction. Razor's still gliding. I mean, as far as performance goes, the slickness, it's there. It works very well. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the razor's riding right across it like a slip and slide. The only thing that it doesn't seem to have is in the way of residual slickness. I mean, it's got it, but it's not, it comes off easily with subsequent passes. You know, like if you run the razor, even though the cream's gone, you can run the razor across it and it still kind of slides with some soaps, like Sterling, it does that. Not this. This is, once the cream's gone, it's gone. It's still, you can still feel the slickness, but I don't think it's enough to throw the razor on it, you know, to do a couple passes, creamless. Some companies you can really do that with. This I would not recommend it. And maybe it's just, it could be dialing the water in. You know, it's my first time using this soap. Actually, you know what? I do remember reading somewhere that this soap does like water, so. Actually, yeah, I was just looking at the ingredients to see if there was anything that stood out in regards to maybe explaining that, but nothing. It's got standard ingredients on it. Yeah, that's good. I'm not going to try to shave with it anymore now that the cream is gone. Well, just on that pass, anyway. How are we doing on time here? You know what? All right, you know what? We're going to go ahead and stop it for a second. We're going to do up the against the grain pass and the cleanup pass. We'll be right back with our final thoughts on the soap. Again, thank you very much for joining us. Okay, we are back. The shave has been completed. I did the against the grain and cleanup pass. DOP status. Dome of perfection. Not a single blemish, cut, slice, nick, or redness of irritation. So, now, I did apply the Sensi number 71. I really like that stuff. It has almost like a really cooling effect to it. There's no menthol in it, but anyway, it works well. And now we're going to go finish up the shave. I used some Thayer's Witch Hazel Rose Petal. Went with that. I'm going to use some of the Mirasol. Oh, yeah, that stuff feels good. That stuff has menthol. That stuff has menthol. All right. So overall review, I know there are people out there that swear by those things. Shaving sticks in general, I think, are great for travel. Otherwise, I like using the tubs. I really do. Outside of that, you know, out of the three that I used, I'd say the DR Harris is the best. It provided the best performance in terms of slickness, residual slickness, and scent. Definitely on scent. In fact, I like this so much, I may even go so far as to grab the post-shave stuff that they offer. If I remember correctly, they've got an aftershave splash, or at least a balm, I believe, and that specific scent I like. So, but having said that, yeah, the Derby, I mean, it performed well. It did its thing. If you need to use it or you want to use it, you happen to like the scent, go for it. Try it out, use it, enjoy. It's just not overly for me. It's not something I'll probably reach for a lot. You know, maybe if I'm looking for something with just a strictly light, not even a light, but just a soap scent, I'm looking for something clean and just not really cologne-y at all by any means, or any fancy scent of whatever, I could see myself grabbing for that. But it does tend to dry out a little. Well, not dry out, just like there's not a lot of slickness. Shaving slickness is what I might want to call that. It's slick, but not really enough to ride that razor across. Like, you pull that cream, once that cream is gone, it's not shave ready at all. Whereas Sterling, on the other hand, you could shave all the cream gone and practically do another pass right on based on what's left. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you probably could. So that's my opinion on this particular matter. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them below. I'd love to hear from them. And again, I want to hear from you guys in regards to your shaving habits as far as passes go. I'd like to hear from you guys. And I know I do a lot of passes. What do you guys do? So anyway, please feel free to leave that below. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. And if you guys shave tonight, please have a great shave and have a good night. Oh, and by the way, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Like it. Get that ticker going on. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and knock that bell so you get a notification whenever we do a new video. Again, thank you very much for watching. I am Chad with CD Shave, and we'll see you guys next video.